Hello everyone, this is Dark Lily with Zen Kitty Studio. I'm making a video of my progress of Oiltober. This is my first week of paintings. If you're not familiar with Oiltober, it is based on the Inktober premise, only you use oil painting instead of ink. Now, Inktober is something that started several years ago on the internet and on YouTube, where people do a drawing every day, an ink drawing, and usually there's prompts for that you download. I tried doing it a few years ago, but I didn't make it all the way through. And then someone came up with Oiltober, which I thought was pretty clever, and it was an oil painter named Lena Danya. And she has her progress week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm a little bit late with making the video, but I have been doing Oiltober. That is where you make a small oil painting every day. And I've been doing it since October 1st. Now this painting is my first painting, and it is some fall leaves in water in a pond. And I had a lot of fun doing it, and I love fall, so I'm going to have a lot of fall featured here for my videos. So this was number 1. It went fairly well. I mean, you're supposed to just do the painting in one day and limit yourself to like 2 hours. You don't want to spend all day on it. Now this is about a 6x8, and it is linen canvas. It is Belgian linen. See, and it is by Centurion, and I love this because it's a really high grade canvas, and it's for oil painting, and it's primed, so you're not supposed to have to prime it. And it turned out fairly well. So I've used some of them. I've done on Arches oil paper, which is prepared for oil painting, and some I've done on this canvas. This one is done on the canvas. This is day 1. And day 2, this is from a photograph, and it is a sunset in Arizona. And I know the colors seem really dark and extreme, but if you live in Arizona, you know this is accurate. This is what sunsets are like. I mean, we have some of the most vivid sunsets. I mean, yes, it's a desert and it's dry and there's a lot of brush and sand and dirt, but the sunsets here are really spectacular. So this was day 2, a sunset, and it's from a picture. And again, this one is on the linen. You can see the texture a little bit. Got a number 2 on there so I know what day it is, but you can see the texture. So it's a very nice setup. Now, on to day 3. This is another one from a photograph. It's a shell. This one is on paper. It's on Arches paper. And the texture is, well, it's actually for oil painting, so it's already been primed and it's pretty much ready to go. It's Arches oil paper, and it's 140 pound weight. I really like it. It seems like it catches the paint a little easier with your first layer than the linen, the primed linen. The linen is a little bit slick. But anyway, this is day 3's endeavor. I like it. I mean, I think I always look at these and I think I could tweak this and tweak that. And that's part of my problem is I never want to give it up. I always want to keep working. And the whole point of the Oiltober or Inktober is to produce something every day. Something small, but a complete painting or a complete drawing. And the reason we do that is to practice. It kind of reminds me of when I was in college for art, and we had to do a drawing every day. We had to hand in our notebooks for drawing class, and you had to have one for every day. And it wasn't something that you spent hours and hours and hours on. It was just quick sketches and drawings with shading and whatnot, just for you to get practice. And that's what the whole point of Oiltober is too, is practicing oil painting. And I think it's a pretty good idea because I tend to want to work on big canvases, like 16 by 20. And then I get so caught up in the details that I will spend months on something, and by the time I'm done, it's overworked and I'm not happy with it. So this is a good exercise for me. So on to day 4. Now this one is one of my favorites. This is the Northern Lights, and this is up in Wisconsin where I used to live. It is called Breakaway Park. It's a little drive that goes out into the bay. And it's got rocks on either side. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see is snow. And on the right is the open water. And it's the middle of winter. And you can see Marinette in the distance. That's that red glow on the left-hand side. And you can see some lights from towers and whatnot. And this is the Northern Lights. I absolutely love this one. It turned out great. I mean, yeah, another one, I would tweak it if I was given the chance. I might do it in a bigger, when Oiltober is over, I may do it in a bigger venue. This is again 6 by 8 and it's on the Belgian linen. And then I may take my time and do a little more detail. I mean, that is my failing. I try to do detail all the time, and sometimes too much detail ruins a painting. But this one turned out wonderful. I love it. Now, this is day 5, and this one, day 5. This one is on paper again, the Arches paper. Now, this is Door County. This is, let me see, Cana Island. And it's a photograph that I took, and I just absolutely love the water and the trees, and it's where they take you across in a little tractor, and then they have a seating, you know, a cart with seating, and it's only about 3 or 4 feet deep across there. But in order to get to the island, yeah, you have to go on that, and this is where they take you. This is the driveway. But I just absolutely love this one. I love this scene, and I love being at Cana Island. I have another one from next week coming that is of the lighthouse. But anyway, yep, this is one that I think turned out fairly well as well. And that was day 5. And on to day 6. And this again is on the Belgian linen. This is in Quartzsite. This was a picture I took on Main Street, looking out away from Quartzsite towards Phoenix on the highway. And that was it just caught my attention because it was a beautiful mellow sunset evening, and we were walking on our way to Silly Al's Pizza from the RV park going east, and I took this picture, and it was just the palm trees and the mountains and the sky, and I just love it. It kind of captures the essence of, you know, an evening in Quartzsite in the winter. So there you go. And day 7. Okay, day 7. I don't know exactly where I got this picture from. It is an iris. It's one of those frilly irises, pink iris. It's either got it from a friend or from my daughter's garden, but it turned out fairly well. I like it. It was a pink ruffled iris. Very pretty pink. And that completes this week. That is 7 paintings from October 1st to the 7th. And I will be uploading more videos on this as the month progresses. I'm a little late in this. I know it's the 22nd today, but I have to be honest with you. Some of these pictures I did not complete in one day. I mean, I started them, but then as they were drying, I went back and tweaked them a little bit. And I just can't help myself. I'm a perfectionist. Part of the problem is I'm a photographer and photorealism tends to creep in, and I need to let go of that and just let things be more painterly instead of photographically, if that's a word. So, yes, some of these I painted at the beginning, and then I went back and tweaked them a few days later, when the paint set up. But here we are. This is the first week of my Oiltober challenge, and I will be coming at you again with another video with week 2. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you're enjoying your art life. This is Dark Lily with Zen Kitty Studio saying good night.